Quadabble here, and I thought I would start sharing my victories in the Faction Crypt. So this is the Dwarves, and I threw together a team. I've been working on this for a while, obviously, ever since the Dwarves came out. And I did get these three champions under Priest Brogni. I got in the I think it was the Fusion slash. That was the hardest event ever that I think they ever had. It was a Fusion slash Fragment event. Gosh, that was hard. Seriously, I hope they never do that one again. And Herndig, we just got here recently. And Molly, I pulled Molly a while back, and she's a really good reviver. And what this team was missing was Melga Steelgirdle. And I had her. I've had her for a little while, but I hadn't really wanted to. I don't like putting a lot of investments into it. So between Beardall and Melga, I have I put this team together, and you can see that this was good enough to beat the stage 21 of Dwarf Crypt. And what I wanted to do is show you what my team was built of, and that sometimes you don't have to have 5 rank 6 champions all booked out with the best gear and everything. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to show you each one of these that they had. So let's go over here to the Bastion. And that was worth 2,000 points for my Clan v Clan. Let's go in here, and you can see that I'm just about to break 100,000 on the first day. Woohoo! So over here, I'm going to show you the team and go through the builds with you on them. So go up here and go recently used first, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other gentleman must be, yeah, there he is. And I just got done using this champion. I don't remember what her name was. Anyways, I'll pull her out and show her to you. And then there's another guy I just had up here recently too. Oh, there he is. All right, so those are the champions. And then, let's see. What? The name.
Here it is.
Sorry, King Foss is sitting here pointing at stuff, and I got distracted. So I'm back. He was trying to tell me that, who was that?
It's Gaia Longbraid.
Gaia Longbraid, right there. Gaia Longbraids, and I've been using her for a while. And you can see I got her in lifesteal gear, and she has some other cool skills. The reason I was using her, I like putting numbers on them now that we have that ability, was because she had an aura of attacking all abilities. And then she had a chance to, I think, get an extra turn and some extra turn at this champion, has full hit points after using this skill. So she was really cool. And then I was using Grizzled Jarl. But here at a last-ditch effort, I put together this team of 5. And starting with Herndig, I just wanted to point out that he has, looks like, 1 book. I had 1 duplicate. I just put him into it. So his Stasis Strike, his A3, has 1 book into it. His Masteries, he's finished all the whites, and he barely gotten into the green scrolls. And his artifacts, he does have good artifacts set on, and this is a Savage set. So as his damage gets lower, he ignores 25% of the damage. Plus I made his accuracy pretty high, and that's what the accuracy chest piece was for. And the accuracy banner. So you can see no books in the first legendary champion. I did get 1 duplicate, and I just made that decision today to put it into him. I don't think that was a factor. Very low on the mastery. So before I would book a champion to see if it helps, I would master the champion. But I didn't have to do that. That was awesome. And then you run over to Under Priest Brogni. Now he is a champion I was working really hard for and got. And he's my Doom Priest champion that puts on block debuffs, and he also puts on a shield, and he puts on the increased attack. This champion also, I've only put in, I put in enough books to get my Resilient Glow down to a 3-turn cooldown. I have no books in this one, and I have no books. I have 2 books in this one, which is fine. I could put more in, but what I'm trying to get at here is you don't have to always completely increase these. Now his artifact set, he's in a destruction or a destroy set, and the reason he's in a destroy set is because I use him in the Doom Tower part where you have to reduce. I think it's Scarab King. You have to reduce his HP by 30%. I think 30%, and then you start doing full damage. So he's not even got this fully worked up, which I could work up later. He's not a damaging champion. He is a defense-based attack champion. I guess it isn't based on defense. So I built him up as a strong defensor with a high shield and built that up. Now, what is his shield built off of? His shield is built off of this champion's max HP. So you can see this champion has over 50,000 HP. So that's what his shield is based on. So again, this one is fully mastered, but he was mastered for the defense side. You can see the active masteries on this side. Increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs this champion receives. And then, of course, on the other side, increases the value of shield buffs this champion casts. So it really throws a lot of good items out there as far as increasing shield. And he also, here's another one for increasing the shield. So again, 4 books on this champion because I was just going for the Resilient Glow. So 4 books into that champion. Molly Tankard, I've had her for a long time. I finally made her 660 and ascended her. No books. No books. So I was really happy with that. She's a really good champion. A lot of people have her. But she's a fabulous champion. And I'm sure if I booked her, she would take me to new heights and other locations. But I just try to focus on being cheap as I can for the Faction Crypts. And you can see, again, only white scrolls. So you got to test these different things out. A lot of factions need healers or revivers. And I just happened to get Under Priest Brogni, which gave me a shield person with the revive. And then this gentleman right here, for some odd reason, he fit in there perfectly. Again, no masteries. I'll put numbers on things. No masteries. His skills, I didn't put any books into him. But he has that constant counter attack, which is awesome. And against the final champion, or the final boss in the Faction Crypt, that guy ignores all defense. So when I come to my last champion, I finally got Melgo Steel Girdle. On his armor, 12s. And he wasn't 660, so he didn't have that one. Attack, and looks like Divine Offense, which gives him a shield to begin with. And then nothing too crazy. I could crit damage, and I could probably change him out if I worked better armor. But again, why would I want to if I can get away with 2 rank 5 champions? And then the last champion I had in here, look how low her armor is. And when I first tried her out, I had her in 2 HP, like an HP boots and HP gauntlets, and I had her in a defense. Chest piece, but then I realized that the champion ignores all defense. So her skill of this one, the Sheer Grit, she places a shield buff equal to 20% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns. So, and then of course the continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns is helpful too. So this was just helping me stay alive. And then I needed that second reviver, and it did come into play where she can revive 2 random allies. So if any ally is dead, she's just going to activate it. And she revived this gentleman right here. And then when we went into the final turn, it was kind of a clutch. But between these 2 revivers, and he kept, the boss of the Faction Crypt kept attacking him. And then, of course, in the Masteries, none. Oh, excuse me. That was supposed to be from Melga Steel Girl. None. And her skills, none. So this was like a cheap way to beat the 21st level of the Dwarf Faction Crypt. And I just want to point out the fact you don't have to have the best champions in the game. You just have to have champions that meet the needs. And like I said, I'd been trying this for 3 or 4 months. I'd beaten it, but I'd only one started. So with that being said, I just wanted to share with you my minor victory. And I have beaten Faction Dwarf Crypt all the way through stage 21. And that was one I thought would be harder in the fact that this is one of the youngest, we're still waiting for Shadowkin to come out, but this was the last Faction Crypt to come out. So really happy that I beat that. And I'm only, let's see, I'm at 784 or 785 parts. So I got a lot of work to do in the Orc Crypt. I can do some other stuff with it. I might start working on it, but you can see, again, I don't have hardly either one of these two champions booked. And that's probably the reason I'm not winning. But as I said, anytime you can beat a Faction Crypt without having champions at 660 or booking them, I consider that a victory, in my opinion. So, all right, well, I hope this video was helpful. Have a good one.